maybe just panic over what's going on with the LA
it's real.
Lakers?
The drama is real.
And they have lost
It's real.
6 of their last 7 after the loss to Toronto on Sunday, and were without LeBron James. Ankle soreness as they took on the Denver Nuggets. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to Anthony Davis for the layup. On the other end, it's Nikola Jokic.
Ooh, hit him with the dipsy. Dude.
How about this former LA connection? Austin Rivers, JaVale McGee both played a lot in this building. Find each other. AD.
Ooh, that's a grown man move right there.
And then Davis, mid-post.
And that's what, look, you see the force on that move and also where he's catching the basketball, not settling.
Lakers up 45-42 at the half. Third quarter, Michael Porter Jr. misses Jokic there for the tip dunk. He had 32 and 9. Alex Caruso all the way to the rim. Game tied at 54 now. Anthony Davis working on the calf. Got to stretch it out. He would stay in the game. Remember, the calf cost him a bunch of time earlier in the season.
Big three.
Kyle Kuzma. Marcus Gasol. Quality minutes
that's
late.
a big three.
That put the Lakers up by 10. Nuggets aren't done yet. Michael Porter Jr., big second half. Jokic, inside, easy. And then MPJ. He had 19 on the night, past Kuzma there. Cuts the Laker lead to 89-87. Playing through Davis. Over Aaron Gordon. Nothing he could do about it. Davis had 25 and 7. Lakers lead is 4. And then this is living right or something. Talen Horton-Tucker, no. Talen Horton-Tucker, yes. Not sure how that happened, but it happened. And it worked for the Lakers. And Laker Nation rejoices. Much needed win for LA, 93-89. So they moved to 37 and 28. Nuggets fall to 9 and 2 since the Jamal Murray injury. LA really needed this, and they move up a spot in the standings, picking up a half game on the Mavericks, who did not play on Monday night, and a full game on the Trailblazers, who lost in Atlanta, which you'll see a little later on in the show. So on balance, Jim, how meaningful a win was this over a very good Denver Nuggets team?
Well, we were talking earlier. This is huge from a perspective of mentally now. You played, you fought. I think defensively, we talked about this earlier. 89 points. You gave up 121 yesterday. You give up 89 today. You kind of got back to playing the kind of basketball you're accustomed to playing. You may not have scored as many points offensively, but you did the things necessary. I think it was huge, too, for Anthony Davis to be able to play well finally, kind of break out of that scoring slump, kind of find himself within the offense, and you had some ancillary pieces to the puzzle, like Marcus saw at the end of the game that made some plays. I think that was important. All those little things mean something when you need to find or reestablish your identity, especially when LeBron is not there, because the big thing was, well, LeBron is not there, you can't win games. You know, you were 3 of 7 in your last 10. What's the problem? Can AD carry? All these questions, okay? Now, one game doesn't solve everything, but I tell you what, one game can help you relieve a lot of the stress that you've been holding in because you haven't been performing at a high level. So to me, it's huge in a number of different ways from that perspective.
I think it's a monumental win because of how they won. And it started to me, I thought Anthony Davis, as great as Jokic was, he was good in this game. I won't say he was his best, but he was good. But I thought Davis was the best player because Davis dominated both sides of the ball. And that's what we haven't been seeing from Anthony Davis. You know, the Lakers had 20 turnovers in the game.
Yeah.
And still held a good offensive team to 89 points. So that tells you the basketball is about identity, man. And if you're going to be good, you got to be you. And they were who they're supposed to be tonight. They were a defensive-minded,
great defensive
gritty,
team.
physical basketball team. They can throw multiple bodies at the Joker, right? They had Drummond, they had Gasol. You also notice this is a game, too, where they don't play Montrezl Harrell. And this is how they were good last year. They're built, when healthy, to play big or small. Mm-hmm. And so this is a night where Harrell, because think about what happened with the Clippers last year. He was a non-factor.
Right.
Because they couldn't play big. Mm-hmm. The Lakers last year with McGee, with Howard, and their crew could play big. What did they do this year? They replaced those guys with Drummond and Gasol. And so now they're trying to get back to the model, to the formula that let them be successful. They won a game against a great team without their best player and their starting point guard. They turned it over 20 times, and they still found a way to win a game. And so when you're starting to try and get back on track, no better way to do it than to win it the way your identity says it has to be. Like, they didn't come out and have a zone game where they made 25 threes.
Right.
That wouldn't mean as much. When you got to go out and fight and compete the way they did tonight, that's going to mean way more to them moving forward, because that's who they are. Mm-hmm. They're the best defensive team in the league when they're right. Tonight, they got back to that.
One without not only LeBron, but Dennis Schroeder is out with health and safety protocols. Up next on the schedule, the LA Clippers, then Portland, Phoenix, the Knicks, Houston, Indiana, and the Pelicans to close things.